I need a coffee. Hey folks, bit of a different video today, nothing to do with gardening or anything like that. But ages ago I did a video reviewing this coffee machine when we bought it, and this week I got a little message from Tommy Mandel, or Tommy Mandel, sorry, not sure how to pronounce your name, but he was asking how the steam arm on this works and what I think of the steam arm. So I thought, well, it's first thing in the morning, we all need our coffees, it's a good chance to do a video for Tommy. And yes, I said we all need our coffees, because one of the things that happened in the video was I was telling everyone that I don't drink coffee, I hate coffee, and Kate's the coffee drinker. Thanks to this machine I actually now drink coffee as well. Not espresso like Kate drinks, but I'll have a latte, I like a nice milky latte. So yeah, so I'm going to make some coffee and show you how all this works. So, standard coffee cup size like you would get in a coffee shop. Milk. Now, it doesn't do any harm to have a tad too much milk, but you don't want too little milk. So usually for a cup this size, I will fill the milk to just below the spout there, and that gives me enough milk for this cup size. So how does the steam arm work then? Steam arm, quite simply, is there. Good practice, apart from the fact that you should always have a cloth on hand because you want to clean it after you use it, because this is getting milk all over it and getting burnt onto it. But also, when you switch it off, the little spout bit here that blows the steam out will suck up and it will take some of that milk up. So you always want to purge it and clean it afterwards, or be it on your own head for the nasties that will grow in there and how disgusting it will be. So I always put a cloth down and purge it. So quite simply, it's this dial on the side. You go right and you can get hot water, so if you're making Americanos or whatever, you go left and you get steam. But what happens is it will start kicking out water at first, because it kicks out the water, the heat kicks in, and then that turns to steam. So what I always do is put a cloth down and run it until it's proper steaming, switch it off, and then I use it to steam my milk. So now your little light will flash on the front to let you know that you're using the hot water or the steam. It's got quite a groovy soundtrack goes with it. Okay, so I wait until that's doing proper steam, and then I go from there. Now there's a couple of things to watch for with this, with the sound, okay? So, the little hole for the steam is right on the bottom here, and you want that just below the surface of the milk, and this is what happens if it's not there. If you hear that high-pitched, nasty noise, that's because it's not in the right place, okay? When you get it in the right place, you'll hear that high-pitched noise vanishes, and it's more like a noise, okay? Now, you don't want it blowing big bubbles. A lot of folk do this, they steam the milk, or they call it frothing the milk. You're not creating froth, you're not creating big huge bubbles, that's wrong. What you're doing is, the steam is actually elongating the protein molecules in the milk, and it's called texturing, and that's what creates the beautiful silky foam on top, not these huge horrible big bubbles a lot of really bad baristas will give you. Okay, so that's what you're doing, and that noise you get there is because if you tilt your jug, the milk's going round in a circle in the jug, it's been pushed around, and that emulsifies it and gets it all incorporated. Okay, so every time it does that and it moves slightly, you'll get that noise as it's putting air through. And what you want to do, perfect temperature you want is about 65 degrees Celsius. Okay, now these jugs that come with these have a temperature gauge on the front, but basically if it's too hot to touch, then that's you just on temperature. So once it's too hot, switch it off. Okay, don't take the jug away straight away, because it still blows steam for a wee second. And as I said, always purge it and wipe it afterwards. Go. So, Let me see if I can show you this. Perfectly steamed milk, not a big bunch of bubbles and froth and stuff. Now Tommy, I did warn you I wasn't going to do latte art for you because I'm pants at it. This morning we have enigmatic blob as our latte art. But there you go, that's how you steam your milk for the perfect latte.